Hello everyone, welcome back to Whiskey Wars. Today we have a really exciting wort to review on the channel. If you've seen my videos before, you'll probably know that I love Islay whiskey, especially Laphroaigs. So I'm really interested to do this review today. We have the Laphroaig original cask strength, bottled at 57.9%, and I believe it's batch 12. And we're reviewing it today with the Laphroaig 10-year-old sherry oak. I should also mention the Laphroaig cask strength is also 10 years old, so they're both the same age. This one's aged with not just ex-bourbon but also Oloroso sherry casks, whereas the cask strength is purely ex-bourbon cask. But this one's also bottled, at 48%. Now I have to be honest, I was umming and ahhing about what to review the 10-year-old sherry oak with. Part of me wanted to review it to the triple wood, although that's now discontinued, but that was bottled at 48%, just like the 10-year-old sherry oak. It also had Oloroso sherry cask influence, but it was a non-age stated whiskey and it had the introduction of quarter casks in it. So I went for the 10-year-old cask strength instead. If you would like to see this reviewed with the triple wood to see which one is better, because they're both Oloroso sherry casked Laphroaigs, please let me know in the comments down below and I'll review that in the future. Now with Laphroaigs, they don't say it as far as I'm aware, and I've always assumed they're definitely not natural colour. This colour is extremely dark, as are a lot of the sherried Laphroaigs. So you can see, I don't know if it picks up well on the camera, but you can see there's quite a big difference in the colours, but it means nothing really, because I do think they're both coloured. I think we should start off first with the cask strength, just to get an idea for that standard 10-year. Oh, that's bringing back some good memories. Tobacco, earth, damp, rotting vegetation. Picture yourself in a forest in Scotland. It's wet, it's a wet day, it's cold, it's boggy, stagnant water, or oily, soily, with tobacco leaves. It's a really nice scent, and I know I paint it sounding awful, but it's a really nice nose with just a real good amount of peat on there, a little bit of vanilla for some sweetness, and a decent amount of salt water as well. Yeah, the nose on the 10-year-old sherry oak is completely different. I think maybe the triple wood will be a good review. The sherry influence Laphroaig imparts on their whiskey dominates each and every Laphroaig, and you'll know if you've had one before. This is very strong sherry. Sherry with a little bit of tobacco, which actually I really enjoy. And some peat as well. It combines with the saltiness, it's still there, the saltiness, but it's coated in a very intense sweet sherry note. Oh, it's burnt. There's a burnt note here that isn't in the Laphroaig 10. It's as if you were cooking red fruits and you actually charred them. Burnt wood, reminiscent of a bonfire. Yeah, I'm not getting that on the 10-year. No, the 10-year actually smells a little bit lighter. Still had all those intense, dirty notes that I was talking about originally, but the sherry, it brings out a charcoal, a real charred wood. And I think the tobacco is a little bit stronger as well. But it's certainly sweeter. So, really interesting. Both of these are very interesting whiskies. And we'll start off with the taste now with the Laphroaig 10-year-old sherry oak. Also, just a little reminder, if you haven't clicked subscribe to the channel, please do consider doing so. It really helps the channel out, it really helps it grow. So thank you for that. That is lovely. Yeah. That's a really nice whiskey. And you know, for me, sherried Laphroaigs, they never used to be my thing. I do prefer the raw Laphroaig without the sherry. This bottle changes things. That is so well done. So well done. I think maybe because it's been aged 10 years, maybe that's had something to do with it, but it's soft. Of course, still salty, still peaty, still a pine forest, tobacco, charred wood, but those notes, they sort of get a little bit softer and a little bit more subtle, and this really soft red fruit compote comes through on the taste and actually dominates the whiskey. I really like it. I really like it. Okay, let's compare it with the cask strength. Woodier, far woodier, saltier. I'm getting more pine now, pine resin. This is bringing me back to the forest, which is something that I do love about Laphroaig, to be honest. Laphroaig's a whiskey there where I drink it and I'm transported to a place. It's always the same place, but I enjoy the whiskey because of that. There is a sweetness with the 10 cask strength as well, but it's more of a vanilla cream with a little bit of butterscotch coming through, whereas this, it's going to be red fruits. You're not going to pick up vanilla, you're not going to pick up butterscotch. A burnt toffee maybe on the sherry oak. That butterscotch and vanilla with the sherry oak, it comes across a little bit more of a toffee, a rich red fruit toffee. So that's where the sweetness changes. The cask strength tastes lighter. It really does. Not fresher, because there is an ashiness and a tobacco quality to the cask strength that stops it. It keeps it quite dry in. Two fantastic whiskies. Now, I could go on all day. I really could, but I think I've given enough notes here, and you guys know the differences. So let's touch on the price. Now, the Laphroaig cask strength 10-year-old, it retails for around £70 in the UK. The 10-year-old sherry oak retails for around £55, but I picked this one up on offer for £45. Now, for £45 for a 48% Laphroaig, I've got to be honest, incredible value for money. It gets a firm thumbs up. So the cask strength is going to be more expensive, but you would imagine that it is 10% higher in ABV. I think they're both priced well. I have no complaints with the price of Laphroaigs. In fact, I think Laphroaigs are really, really affordable Islers, and they taste great. So they always get the thumbs up from me. I recommend both of these whiskies. I have to be honest. As for me, which one do I prefer? Or can I just talk about the sweetness on the sherry oak one more time? Sultanas, plums, but not sharp plums. You know how sometimes you can bite into a plum and it's got that, the skin can be really quite bitter and sharp. It's just the flesh of the plum. This is sweet and it's soft. Sultanas, dates, it's good. It's good, honestly, it's good. The cask strength is a classic though. What I would say is, for me personally, if the Laphroaig 10 cask strength could remove some of that butterscotch note and get a little bit more dry and a little bit less sweet, I would love this whiskey, and it would beat any sherry Laphroaig ever, because I think it would be that good. But as I compare the two side by side right now, the winner for me is cheaper as well. The Laphroaig 10-year-old Sherry Oak. Get this whiskey, honestly, really good whiskey. You have to like peated scotches though. It is strong on the peat and it is quite salty, but incredibly sweet at the same time, packed full of flavour. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you like the video, please drop a like on the video and don't forget to click the subscribe button down below. Thank you so much for watching this Whiskey War, and I hope to see you all for the next Whiskey War.